Hey guys, you're watching Daniel and Gian React, and today we're going to check out the official, is this considered the official trailer for Deadpool? It's not a teaser, maybe it is a teaser, I don't know. I know it's not him pretending to be Bob Ross making mildly sexual comments, so maybe we're going to get to see some action in this one. The other one was funny as fuck, by the way, excuse my language. But I don't know, let's just get into it. I'm excited, especially now considering what's going on with the...
Which there's a new
possible
development
non-merger.
Yeah.
I was born into war, bred into it. People think they understand pain, but they have no concept of it. What's the most pain you've ever felt? Maybe the kind that leaves you more machine than man.
Wait, no, stop! What in the actual ass? Dale, why are the visual effects not done? It's a metal arm. It's not like we're trying to remove a mustache. Fuck it, I'll do it myself.
You think the mustache was a dig at Superman in Justice League?
Absolutely.
And I'm from the future, and I like blowing shit up.
Pew 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 pew. Reach for the sky.
Oh no, Sheriff Deadpool.
You know, you're a lot taller in the.
Shut up, you little ass. Take this.
Oh, regeneration powers activate.
That's not something you say.
Zip it, Cable. No biting. They're done already? Oh, wow, that was unrealistically fast. Okay. Hit it.
Now they got the same cab guy.
Yep.
Don't fuck.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Well, they definitely know how to make good trailers, that's for sure. Because
Yeah.
it just fits right in the vein of what Deadpool's all about, at least in the cinematic universe. I don't know. It's funny to me.
No, it was great. I liked it a lot. It was,
Still no story, which
No.
is so that I would still
Well,
I'd consider this more of a teaser.
I feel like Cable is a very major part.
No,
of the
I'm
story.
just saying, but it's not a theatrical. To answer your question earlier, to me this is still a teaser.
Yeah,
not
I
a
can see that.
theatrical trailer because you don't know like who the threat is, what the actual hubbub's going to be all about for the sequel.
Right, there's
which is a
no,
good thing. That's a good thing.
We probably won't watch the official trailer. I mean, the movie comes out in May too. I don't need to watch the trailer. I know I'm going to watch this. I feel like if you don't know you're going to watch this after watching this, I said watch a lot right now, then you're probably not going to watch it. But no, it was cool. Ryan Reynolds just has that Deadpool tone down. Like that character was made for him, you know, on the screen. Cause just, or at least
and Green Lantern, right?
Anyways, you know, they messed up when they did the Wolverine movie and they tried to make Deadpool something different. And that stupid no mouth thing was
Because he talks too much.
Yeah, but
as a joke.
But they didn't let him, you know, do his thing in that movie. But this is great.
Was it a rights thing?
I don't think so. No, because the way it works is Deadpool's considered part of the X universe. So if you have the rights to X-Men, you have the rights to anything.
So they just completely fucked it up.
Yeah, absolutely. For what
no
reason?
reason.
Who knows? Maybe they thought the character would steal the spotlight from Wolverine.
Which he would have.
Yeah, probably.
But,
you know, but they definitely dumbed it down. And this, I don't know. I really like the first one. You know, I have my, you know, I was worried about the second one. You know, considering that the guy was a first-time director, and who knows if he just got lucky. But there's a completely different director on this one too, so it's not going to be the same. This is Ryan Reynolds' movie for sure. You know, he's the one that got rid of the director from the first movie, and I'm sure he's calling a lot of shots. So I'm hoping.
Was he the guy? I don't know if he was the one that got rid of the director.
Oh yeah, he got rid of the director. They had creative differences, and he said, "Okay, well, this isn't working out." So.
Oh, that's right, because the director wanted to. I was gonna look at. He wanted to make a bigger, like $150 million movie. That I remember now. Yeah.
Right.
But
I mean, we got more characters in this movie than we did in the first one.
But people are worried because I mentioned this before. There might not be that Fox Disney merger after all. It's looking like Comcast might come in and swoop in with some last minute super bid.
I just don't see that happening. I think whatever bid they put out, Disney's going to match it because it just doesn't make any sense. And what is Comcast going to do with this Fox stuff?
Well, it's not just the comic book stuff that they have. It's the whole Fox library, 20th Century Fox, 21st, both of them. That's the same entity. But I'm just saying.
We heard about, did Comcast buy DirecTV already?
I don't know.
You know, because
let's see. What is Comcast?
Well, AT&T owns DirecTV. But, Comcast, and then we've seen what happens when a cable company buys a property here in LA. And what property was that, Daniel?
So Comcast already owns Universal. That's what I was looking up right now.
Okay.
What does Comcast already own? So like to me, that's why I didn't engage. I wasn't going to engage what you're going to say because
what has Universal done lately?
Well, now they have. It doesn't matter what they've done. They've done Jurassic Park. That's their main tentpole right now.
That's one thing.
Yeah, but we both know Universal isn't some random middle grade studio. It's Universal Studios.
We're in a place right now where the studios don't mean what they used to.
Which we both know that's bullshit.
That's not bullshit. Universal hasn't pumping out anything. They're putting all their money into their dinosaur.
Why is that? Because Disney and Marvel own all the comic book brands, and that's the only thing that's profitable right now. That's it. That's why once those fucking movies stop being profitable, I don't know what's going to happen because no one's
You don't know what's going to happen, but what I'm telling you so far is that what Universal hasn't put out anything, and what makes me think they're going to put out a good comic book movie.
Well, I just said that. It's not about the comic book movie. It's not about comic books.
That's the biggest properties that Fox have are the X Universe and Star Wars, and the original Star Wars, not the new Star Wars. They have the original trilogy cuts. What else does Fox have?
I'm just saying I don't agree with you.
The only reason
think
why,
you're making it into...
The only reason why that Comcast wants this is because they want to stop Disney from getting the X Universe so they can try to do something with it.
Maybe.
And
why not? They have the money.
Comcast and Time Warner, didn't they merge? Because Time Warner bought the Dodgers, and ain't nobody watching Dodger fucking baseball in this town.
Well, that's a lie. That's 100% a lie.
It's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
The ratings have fallen. The TV ratings have fallen. Oh my God! I listened to it on the. You don't listen to sports talk.
You don't.
This I can verifiably say right now that Daniel doesn't know shit about sports.
This is a Deadpool talk, not a fucking Dodger talk. You don't even like. You're a super fucking biased, man. You like.
What am I? Am I making this up? If you don't have Time Warner, you can't watch Dodger baseball.
Yeah, but that's not viewership going down.
That is viewership going down.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is because 70% of LA has DirecTV.
No.
Yes, it does.
Prove it to me.
Dude,
prove it to me.
Nobody.
Right now.
They thought that by getting the Dodger rights that people would jump ship from DirecTV.
You're jumping around making.
I'm not jumping around. This is the truth.
You're making arguments that are irrelevant to what we're talking about.
Okay, they're relevant. Okay. This is called a dick tuck. It's not the first time Daniel does this. He does it a lot.
It's not. Keep it to the point. Keep it to the subject matter.
Well, the subject matter
Why
is...
You are the one who wants to be contrarian here about the fact that Comcast can't buy this company as if because Disney's going to make everything fucking golden and they're not.
I didn't say they're not going to make it golden.
You don't know what Comcast wants to do with their company.
I don't know.
So for you
I just know that Comcast hasn't done shit to improve shit.
Well, again, your opinion. I'm not defending it, but you're not basing it off of anything other than your own mental. You have no proof or evidence to prove what you're saying to back it up.
Give me original properties that Comcast has come out with.
Comcast isn't a studio. Universal's a studio.
Okay, but they're buying a studio. They own another studio. And right now, all Universal has is Jurassic Park.
Everyone's.
Well, I guess Fast and the Furious.
Everyone's motive right now
is to make the most money possible.
And by doing what? Creating streaming services.
Okay.
And creating streaming services, you need a lot of content to bridge that. So if they buy Fox, that means they're also buying, I'm assuming, FXX, all that shit. I don't know what's a part of that whole deal, because they're not buying Fox, but I don't know if FX and all that is a part of the 20th Century Fox deal, because that might be it. Then all of a sudden, you're talking about owning Atlanta, owning the Marvel TV shows that are on Fox. I'm saying that it's not just for comic books. That's why the Comcast...
But the original deal was only for certain creative stuff, and Fox was going to keep their sports. Fox was going to keep the news.
And that's it.
That's it. I don't know about Fox Network or Fox a TV Network or FX. I mean, maybe that was part of it. It was creative properties that Disney was buying.
So right now in 2018, this is what Universal's releasing. 50 Shades Free, the third 50 Shades of Grey movie. Pacific Rim, Cockblockers, which is the new Seth Rogen movie. Truth or Blumhouse movies don't count to me because they're just so cheap. Breaking In, never heard of it. The new Jurassic World, Skyscraper, which is like the remake. It looks like a remake of Die Hard. I don't know if you saw the trailer.
Wait a second. They changed the name from... That's not the Rampage movie, is it?
No. That's something different. Mamma Mia, Peter Jackson's Mortal Engines. Scarface is coming out this year.
There's remaking Scarface.
They're remaking Scarface, yeah. Halloween, Dr. Seuss, How to Train Your Dragon, Detective Pikachu. Minions, Boss Baby. I'm not saying that fucking Universal is Disney. I'm not saying that. But you're making it seem like Universal hasn't done anything ever in the fucking last 10 years or something.
I'm not saying they haven't done anything. They've done Fast and the Furious, and they've done Jurassic.
But
Jurassic World
why are they
last
only
year.
doing that though? Because no one is putting money into original tentpole projects anymore. We can
Okay.
both agree on that. Through and through, no one is saying, hey, you know what? We want to give you $150 million on an original property.
And the properties that they do have fucking suck. I mean, Fast and the Furious, yeah, it makes a ton of money, but you couldn't even get past 15 minutes of the last movie.
Well,
I'm
not going to disagree that it doesn't suck.
You know?
But I'm not arguing whether or not something's good or
I think
not.
maybe you loved Jurassic World. That was your shit. I didn't care for it.
No, I'm just saying that because you made the original point you tried to
My
make
original
was
point is that
Comcast
Disney's
is coming
got-
in and they don't know anything
They-
about running
and
a
they
studio,
don't.
but they own
They own
Universal.
Universal, and Universal is not the Universal that you used to
They're
know.
not
Just
new
like
players.
Fox isn't.
They're not new players
It doesn't
to the game.
matter.
That's
Fox
my
wasn't
point.
either.
That's
20th
what-
Century Fox has been around forever.
I'm just trying to say that was my whole
And there's
argument.
a reason why they're selling their shit, because they're not making any money.
Well, I don't know why they're selling their shit. I think genuinely, if someone's coming and saying, hey, I'm going to offer you $65 billion and you're not making as much money as you can, and it's a quick cash out that you could use to just put towards your pocketbook as well as increasing your stake in the news media or whatever, because that's super relevant with Trump. Trump is probably more profitable right now. Covering Trump is probably more profitable right now than any 21st century Fox film, in my opinion, in the long run. So I think if they just dump their ship and cash out wherever they can, whether that's from Comcast, whether that's from Disney, I don't think 20th Century Fox gives a shit. I don't think they care about let's stay in bed with Disney. I don't think they care. I think it's about the bottom line.
No, they're going to
I
go
think
with the biggest, highest
So
bidder.
I think if Comcast
I
is
don't
willing
think
to come,
Comcast is going to outbid Disney. Is what my original point, and then you came in and started talking.
they
about some other
could.
shit.
They could.
They could, and I don't think Disney's going. I don't think there's a number high enough that Disney's going to say, you know what, we'll pass.
Well, Comcast is a cable company, and that's the whole point. We both know Comcast owns, just cable companies in general are basically there's like 5 or 6 major companies like that own everything, that own all the other companies.
What's keeping cable companies alive is internet access, because there's I guess it's an oligopoly on internet access.
The Mummy, which bombed, Despicable Me 3, but that's why they're not taking chances either. This is last year. Crude sucked. That's it? Only 6 movies last year? Maybe you're right. Well, Universal also does TV too, though, so we can't forget that. I mean, like Parks and Recs, The Office.
They rent the lot out to a lot of fucking shows.
Yeah,
on
but those are
different channels.
NBC Universal. I believe they're
but
merged together.
Like, there's people that shoot on the Universal lot.
I understand
that, have
that,
nothing to
but
do with
NBC Universal is one company.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. There was a
It's a
merger.
conglomerate.
Yeah. So like Parks and Recs, shows that are on NBC.
Parks and Rec's off the air. It's been off the air for 2 years.
Sure.
3
I don't
years.
watch fucking TV, so whatever's popular right now on NBC. But NBC is a television
I
network
couldn't even
that's
tell you
respectable though.
what's popular on network television other than reality TV.
But I'm just saying though, NBC is a respectable network, right? In terms of TV.
Okay.
So they do have other things to offer. You know, it's like saying Netflix is a movie place, but it's not. It's really a TV place that dabbles in movies. But in 5 or 6 years from now, Netflix might be the movie place.
Okay.
With when they did the Will Smith movie that I liked, that I'm forgetting.
Hey guys, right. What do you guys think? Do you think Comcast has a chance at outbidding Disney?
Or does it even matter? Because my thing is, if it stays with Comcast, and this is kind of, we got on a huge tangent, but what I was going to say is if Comcast buys does buy 21st Century Fox, does that mean we're going to keep Deadpool, keep expanding the universe? Because this is the only reason why I brought up Comcast, by the way, even though we had this long argument. You know, but if it goes to Disney, are we going to lose Ryan Reynolds? Are we going to lose Deadpool? Are we going to lose Josh Brolin as Cable now because Josh Brolin is Thanos? You know, like, what becomes of the universe here? Is this the last Deadpool movie we'll ever see? Like, if this merger goes to Disney?
I don't think so. I don't
like
think so
this,
at all.
though. Like this. Not like the last movie with Deadpool, but like this.
Like a rated R version?
Yeah, like this.
I mean, that might happen. That's a risk. Maybe he gets a TV show. Maybe they turn into a Netflix show. I don't know we don't know the numbers for Netflix. We have no idea how other shows do because they don't.
But that's the only reason why I brought up Comcast. Because if Comcast buys that, so you'd assume that they'd keep it.
So for me is saving this Deadpool franchise, which has only had one movie. We haven't even seen the second one. To keeping it rated R, by the way. That's pretty much the only argument that people are having. Keeping it rated R, is that worth all the rest of the properties that
I don't
Fox
think so.
has?
No.
So,
because in my opinion, no one gave a fuck about Deadpool before the first movie came out, unless you're reading the comic books.
Right.
Genuinely.
Fair.
And so for people to make a huge like uproar, oh, we're gonna lose Deadpool, when you didn't give a fuck about Deadpool a few years ago, I don't think it's a valid argument. When you get the X-Men, when you can have freaking Wolverine sharing the screen with the Avengers, when you can have Magneto as an actual villain in the Marvel Universe going against the Avengers, I think that's a million times more important than seeing one rated R Deadpool movie.
I agree.
Because we already know Marvel villains suck right now in the movies. They're not the best. But you start adding in some villains from the X universe or anything like that. I mean, because you assume that they'd also get Doctor Doom, right?
Yes, they would definitely get Doctor
So,
Doom.
boom, all of a sudden you got Doctor Doom, you got Magneto. Who else are we getting in the merger villain-wise?
You get Apocalypse.
I mean,
That doesn't-
Apocalypse
doesn't
that
look
they
like Power
fucked up,
Rangers.
but again, you could redo it here. I mean, you're talking about actual real conflict here, where you can have the whole a reason for the Avengers to unite. Because right now, let's be honest, there is no reason for the Avengers to unite prior to Thanos. You know, then I think that's why Ultron was weak, because they tried to make Ultron this like super villain, where he's gonna basically be on the scale of Thanos, and he's not, or at least he wasn't in the film.
The problem with Ultron too is he's always been an Avengers villain, and Avengers was never been like the biggest book out of all of the Marvel books.
So they try to make it bigger than it was. That's what I'm saying.
And the Avengers always fought
And
like
the first
Doctor
one,
Doom and stuff like that.
and
as
that
bigger
would be
villains.
valid.
So that's a big part of it, and I completely agree with you. I'm not going to disagree whatsoever with that. I think that the bigger picture is a little more important. And I also think that you could pull off Deadpool. People out there, I mean, this video is going way longer than we thought it was going to go. You need to realize how the rating system works. You don't get an R because of violence. You get an R because of blood,
titties,
and F-bombs.
More than one F-bomb.
So you get one fuck. And I still read Deadpool comics, and he never says fuck in the actual comic. This was just for, for the
You can get away with saying shit a bunch of times in a PG-13 or bitch, whatever.
I think if you got a good
Be more
writer, and
creative.
I don't even know how much improv Ryan Reynolds actually does in this film, but you can still come up with funny stuff without dropping F-bombs, without using profanity in general, and still have the same tone of who Deadpool is, and no blood. And I'm okay with not seeing blood, whatever. That's not that big a deal to me when you have these epic
Not when
action
it's CGI
sequences.
blood
Exactly.
anyway.
Exactly. And there's these big action sequences, and people are like, maybe he doesn't chop someone's arm off. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. And I feel like I said, if you don't see a lot of blood, it's still going to be PG-13. The line between PG-13 and R changed a long time ago, where basically it used to be if a movie was rated R, that was because there was nudity in it. And now it's like you can cram so... I mean, how many PG-13 action movies have you seen that just tons of violence?
Well, I mean, let me just put it this way. It's changed since 2008. Because I remember when I watched Dark Knight for the very first time, I'm like, holy shit, this is a PG-13 movie? Like, it was a PG-13 movie, but you throw in a few swear words and it was R. Like,
right.
It was in-your-face violent. Joker was murdering people, like, just straight up, just rolling up on cops and blowing them away and shit like that. And I was like, holy crap. Joker throwing the dude's head through the pencil. You don't see it, but he's doing it, right? Like, these are real violent things. And it's just, from there till now, it's already it's. I feel like it's just changed completely.
Yeah.
Because you watch a movie like Dunkirk, and Dunkirk's not violent, per se,
A lot of people die.
but there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Intense visceral action to where you feel like you should be an adult to watch this. So it doesn't. So I say that to say, you don't need to have this over the top gratuitous stuff to earn an R anymore. You can tone it down and be creative in a way where you can be just as extreme and violent without being gratuitous. That's why I brought up Dunkirk, because Dunkirk should have been an R-rated movie, in my opinion. But Christopher Nolan didn't want to do that. He wants a mass-marketed movie. So he toned it down, but it's just as extreme as an R-rated film, but it's not about the Steven Spielberg approach, where let's show people's arms getting blown off. Let's show people fucking swearing
Those
all
feelings.
over. Exactly. But it's just as a mature film as Saving Private Ryan is, in terms of like the intensity and the seriousness for the war. So Deadpool could easily be true to his character.
You could still pull it off without having it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for those of you out there worried about that, I don't think it should be. And I think you should trust. When it comes to staying true to characters, I think Disney Marvel's done a pretty good job for the most part. Anyways, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. You know the drill. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, leave comments, let us know what you think, and we will see you next time. Check out some of our other trailer reactions right here.